Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Black Opinions Matter, motherfucker. My name is Amin Al-Hassan. I'm joined, as always, by Black Trey and Big Jerv. Got a lot to get to today. We've got the season finale of Atlanta, question mark, or the season finale of Brown Mirror, as Mari likes to call it. Don't know. We got I guess the good news is we've got a character-centric episode. We'll talk about it. We'll also talk about this week. It was the 50th birthday of Christopher Wallace, aka Biggie Smalls, aka the Notorious B.I.G, aka the greatest rapper of all time. We'll also talk about Justin Tinsley's book about the greatest rapper of all time that just came out in stores. Justin couldn't be here today because he's too busy doing a book tour. Oh, look at me. I'm Justin Tinsley. I'm on Good Morning America. I don't have time for old BOMM, the show that inspired this whole thing to begin with. But no, we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about. Oh man, I ain't gonna do it. I supercharge it. I ain't gonna do that to my man. It's funny, but I ain't gonna do it to him. But first, we're gonna talk about Trey. We're gonna talk about Trey's weekend. Trey was out here Tiger hooding it up, and I could sense the jealousy off of Jerv. Not because Trey was golfing, but because Trey had the fit, top to bottom. But first, www.patreon.com/countthedings. It's where you get all the excess content that we put out there. I'm talking about the BOMM Overflow episodes we're doing. We Own This City. Boy, that episode 4 was tough, and we'll be revealing it and reviewing it on the BOMM Overflow on Tuesday when you catch this. So make sure definitely you are subscribed on that. Also, we do the watch-alongs. Apologies for last week. Zach and I had to do radio, so we couldn't do our watch-along for the movie Lawnmower Man. We're going to be doing it, I believe, this upcoming week. So be on the lookout for that email there if you're Patreon. But if you're not a Patreon, www.patreon.com/countthedings. Sign up. Make sure you're getting this content, getting it in you get alerts in your inbox. You don't even have to worry about checking our Twitter or any of that stuff. It comes straight to you. Make sure you're part of that. Trey, you went golfing. Is that your first time golfing?
Third
time golfing. Third time in the last year, last 10 years?
No, last year, honestly. Yeah, it's been a year. Not even a year, probably like 9 months.
And so how did you get into golfing?
So I actually was trying to hoop, man, and my body just was not responding how I wanted to respond. Obviously, I'm still coming off a broke leg. So I couldn't really do what I wanted to do, and it was just kind of like I was in pain. And you still want to be active, and that's not the way that you want to like be walking kind of crazy. So I decided to go out there and choose golf instead of everything else. I actually looked into tennis too.
Yeah, I just don't. Is golf like? Does that satisfy like an athletic urge for you? I don't know, man.
Yeah, it does. It's competitive. I think it's a teachable moment, but once you kind of get at least decent at it, I think it's fun because you're competing and it has like that same drive. Very lengthy. Like I was on the course yesterday for about 5 hours.
Damn.
Yeah,
it's your day.
18 holes. So yeah, no, it was definitely one of those things, but it was a lot of trash talk. I mean, I'm in Queens, Waz Hood, and me, I try to not think racist, but then I also look at love. And there was one dude that rolled by, he pulled up in the cart and was like, "Lower your socks, you might play better, but you look terrible out there." And I'm like, damn.
I don't know if I should be laughing because that might be racist, but that was
might
funny.
be racist, but I will accept it as great trash talk above racist. Might be racist. It's true.
I took it as great trash talk. You know what I mean? But it caught me off guard because I didn't talk to this man. I hadn't said anything. I had my Supreme socks on, I guess. And that's the thing I've learned. I think everybody knows how it is, right? There's a swagger or an etiquette for everything on how you should look, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know that no-show socks when you're wearing shorts is a thing in golf. I hate no-show socks showing the ball of my ankles. Like I just think it's just kind of the white boy hooper look. But on a course, it's no show. And I didn't do my Googles. I just wore some like mids, crew socks, and just kind of slouched them down a little bit. And it just, I guess, drove every other golfer on the, because you could see white socks from afar, no matter what you're looking at. And niggas is just disgusting with me.
Can I be honest with you? When I saw the clip, the first thing I noticed was your socks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, damn, Trey probably should have threw some ankle jones on.
I don't even own ankle socks, brother. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I really don't either.
I love the idea of like Jerv. And now here comes. Well, let's open the lane for Jerv. Golf swag etiquette. Jerv can't help you with your game, Trey. Can't help you shave some off your handicap or whatever. But what he can do is tell you about your attire. Jerv, please take the stage.
So, I mean, I was highly impressed with the attire. You know what I mean? Trey had everything rocking as far as, he had the polo. It was tucked in, I believe, right? You had the cargo. You had like those would be considered cargos, correct?
They're golf cargos.
Or those khaki shorts. I felt like they were khaki shorts.
So they're noted as, the title is golf cargo. There's no cargo, but there's a zip pocket for my ball and tee.
Okay. So we were wearing the right shorts, and then you had you didn't come out with, which I see a lot of African Americans come out with in the early stages of golf. You didn't come out with the fitted hat on. You came out with the proper golf hat, and you had, like it was so Trey was cool, but then I looked down and then I was like, oh, okay. I've been there, right? The socks was way too high. You know what I'm saying? Listen, bro, we got to do, I don't do the no shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do no shows, but you got to do the ankles. You know what I mean? And then, the shoe, very impressive. Very impressive.
What was the shoe? What was the shoe?
I wore Nike, Humira Terra, Terra Humira. And it's a trail shoe, but I'm at a public course, which everyone's wearing shoes. Not everybody was, soft cleated up. So I didn't care about that too much. Shout out to my folks at Adidas Golf who's getting me lit, by the way. So I'm not, my package just didn't land. The Eagle did not land in time. And it also, I really wasn't about to like let anybody know that I was golfing. I just played. I played well for my third time. I mean, I putted really good. I had
I saw you.
I mean, no, but my chip game is good. My drive is not. I actually hit it like I think it was like 17th. I hit it over the pond, right? And that's very fucking hard. Like, you know what I mean? So like getting certain things, it was a teachable moment, but it was a lot of times like I'm so competitive that I would have fucking Bo Jackson the club over my knee.
But what's funny, Trey, is watching you look comfortable out there. Like, I wouldn't have guessed that was your third time ever playing golf. Mm-hmm. I know I don't look like whenever I'm like playing golf or try to play golf, which is almost never, but like when I'm playing putt, I guess would be the closest thing. I look awkward. I look like someone who's never done this shit before. And so you actually look like, yeah, man, like I know what I'm doing out here. Like I couldn't tell by the video whether you were trash, like, or you were like killing it out there or not, other than the one where you put it in.
I'm very honest with everybody. I mean, and everybody's been like words of encouragement. Even when I was leaving the course, because we golfed with my mutual friend Amin, Kelly golfs. Yeah. So Kelly took me out there, and she's probably the only person I know that would be patient with me. You know what I mean? Like I've golfed with my landlord before, and he was just so frustrated with me. Like, bro, like
how do they get impatient? Like,
well, I mean, you're trying. Like, I kept hitting the top of the ball when I golfed with him, right? You want to get under. You want to kind of scoop it, right? And also, sometimes my habits were like going like baseball instead of keeping my arm straight. And now I used to play baseball, so that's a bad habit that you kind of have to eliminate. So when you're learning the game, you want to learn it the right way and not pick up bad habits, because it's just like shooting a jumper wrong and like. Yeah. Now I'm trying to make the pros, and I got this nasty form.
But what's funny to me is that I played basketball with people who don't play basketball before, like friends of mine. And when you do, like we all know, all right, like let that motherfucker shoot or whatever. Like, mess around a little bit. Don't go too hard. You just kind of go through the flow. I don't understand why golfers are like, this nigga doesn't know how to play. Like, well, nigga, you knew I couldn't play when we came out here. That wasn't no secret. I didn't tell you I was fucking nice at this shit, and then all of a sudden I'm fucking shit in the bed. So like, I don't get.
I think the problem is, especially while we were out there, it's because you have a tee time and there's constant people behind you, and you have to keep up with the pace of the course. And it's like it's not like free grass. Like in Arizona, I think you can just, you know how you be driving around like Hayden or one of those random streets, and you see people just golfing a free area.
Yeah.
They don't have that out here. You really have to go to like a public course and you have to follow that. But then they're expecting people that know how to play to book. So like even while we were golfing, I wasn't really holding them up, but it was 3 people ahead of us that were holding us up. And then of course the guy drives on the cart, and this is when I felt like a little racial tension because he came to me directly. And I'm like, okay, what's up, bro? I have to wait. I can't hit any further because they're still on the, they're on the course ahead. So we have to wait. You know what I mean? And one time I'm golfing and I'm feeling the pressure of dude just watching me in the cart. And he's like, slow. And he's coaching me up now. And I'm like, bro, like this not going to help me like hit it any further, bro. Like I'm just trying to learn this shit the possible way. So like I'm going to have to go to a driving range and just hit that way to get my drive game right. Or when nobody really out there, which I highly doubt that's going to happen since the weather's starting to get better. You know what I mean? So like, but like I said, I had a great time. I don't get happy about a lot of shit. I was happy. I felt like a little ass kid figuring out like, you make your first shot. Yeah. Like I had some moments out there where I was excited, you know what I'm saying? That made me want to go back out there and play. It wasn't like crazy intimidating. And also when I'm trying to learn new shit, I make myself ultra vulnerable. And I'm aware that I am a novice to it. I don't never go in thinking I already know some shit, and I allow myself to be teachable. So like, I think that helped Kelly teach me and be patient with me. And, the positive words of like forward progress, even if that shit didn't get a hella air, you know what I mean, on the drive or whatever, it was like more so just getting the motion and fundamentals of that shit. So like, I mean, for my 3rd time, I got a lot of positive feedback online. I just shared it because I thought it was a cool moment for myself. But a lot of people were like, oh, you're not nice. And I'm like, oh, I'm not. I'm not, my nigga. I didn't never say that. I just said like,
I love us. I love us. We can take any moment.
It was like white people hype too. Shit. But then it was also like a secret golf community coming out like, hey, bro, next time you're in the city, let's golf. And I'm like, for real? All right, nigga, cool. Like,
I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I took golf one semester at ASU, 16-week semester, and it starts with like you learning how to hit the ball off the tee, and then it transitions to mid game, and then the green. And the idea was at the end of 16 weeks, you could play like 9 holes of golf, like, and know how to handle yourself or whatever. Maybe not be good, but at least know how, right? And the class was probably split. Half the class was motherfuckers that play golf, and so they're like, oh, this is an easy 3 credits, right? And the other half was people like me, like, yo, I don't know how to golf, but like I figure everyone says like this is some shit that you should learn. So I'm like, cool, I'll do it. And it was me, a couple of dudes, and some girls, right? And at the beginning, all of us new people were all trash at it, obviously, and the people who play golf were great at it. And as the semester went on, like people got better, and I just stayed bad. I went the whole 16 weeks. I still didn't know how to hit it off a tee. 16 weeks, bro, of either swinging and missing or hitting the ground and getting like fucking electrocuted by hitting the ground too hard. And I'm like, this shit sucks. It's a dumbass fucking game. Like I don't understand. They're trying to like give me instruction on my stance, like, oh, do it like you're in a batter's box. Like I've never fucking played baseball. Well, do it like I'm like I've never played that sport too. I don't play like I don't know what you're talking about. And it was just a garbage experience. But I want to go back to you being told, pull up your socks and play better, or pull down your socks and play better, which might be racist, but also is hilarious trash talk. And I want to transition to a story that comes to us from baseball, where Tim Anderson of the White Sox struck out or something like that. And as he's going, the Josh Donaldson on the other team said some shit like, you'll get him next time, Jackie, meaning Jackie Robinson. Now, backstory, Tim Anderson, who is very much not like a regular baseball player. First of all, he's black, so we could start there. But second of all, he's talked about a few years ago in an interview how he wants to be the Jackie Robinson of making baseball fun and cool, meaning celebrating and doing bat flips and all the shit that like we all like look at baseball like, really? Y'all don't do any of that shit? Like he wants to be the guy that brings that back, so to speak. He wants to be the Jackie Robinson of that. And so Josh Donaldson talking shit after the motherfucker struck out, said, "Oh, all right, well, you get him next time, Jackie." Which I guess Tim Anderson at that moment got upset, and Tony La Russa, the head coach or the manager of the Chicago White Sox, said it was absolutely racist. And I got to tell y'all, man, I don't think it was racist. I think it was just great trash talk.
I was gonna say if they had a relationship, especially when he mentioned that, and I caught a little bit of brief of it. It was like,
Yeah,
they had an insider joke going between those two.
right.
So like, I think he was just more so frustrated that he didn't have a great game and kind of reacted how he wanted to react. But like for La Russa, he probably should have stopped La Russa. Like, look, man, I got the best of myself, and like I'm not that flustered because like we've joked around like this in the past. Especially him saying that he wanted, especially him publicly saying that he wants to be the Jackie Robinson of entertainment of baseball. You have to be able to take it. It wasn't like, oh, you the only black player now, but just stick at you. You know what I mean? Like he's the only active black player now, and I'm gonna call him, let's get it, Jackie. You know what I mean? But like, well, he's poking fun at it. Like, you know what I mean? Like how's that entertainment thing going?
But also, you know what's funny? It took me back to playing pickup ball. And niggas just had like wild ass nicknames for people, man. There was a dude I used to pick up at Georgia Tech. There was a dude who was a grad student. He was Eastern European of some kind. We don't know where, the Eastern European of some kind, and was like 6'2" or whatever. So niggas called him Vladi. And I'm not talking about like, yo, I got Vladi. I'm talking about like they call it Vladi. What's up? Like, you show up to call Vladi. What's good, man? And like that man's name wasn't Vladi. Everybody just called him Vladi, man. Like it's just one of those things, man. Like there's an OG on the court, and yeah, kind of balled and called that nigga World Be Free, man. Like that's just part of like fucking sports trash talk. It's just like you fucking call people names, man. And like, would that shit fly in corporate America? Probably not. But the idea is like when you're playing sports, it's a little different. Now, if you say, "Hey, nigger baby," or whatever, okay, that's different. That's fucking racist. Right? But calling people names like you call someone short Arnold Drummond, like I don't think that's fucking racist. Even if you're white and you're saying it to a black guy, you're saying it because it's just fucking. That's how people talk in sports. Am I wrong on this?
No, I don't think you're wrong on it.
What's the funniest shit you ever heard someone get called on the court?
I don't know. I find everything funny. So I've heard some shit.
So give us some shit. That's what I'm saying. Give us some shit.
Oh, so somebody, and this shit wasn't even funny, dog. Like it was stupid. Like we're in like
most of the shit is stupid, but
we're in Indianapolis, bro. Like we're playing. This when I'm playing at Waldorf, and we're on the road, and they shut down the entire town for this fucking game, right? I think they were like number 1. And they say, "Hey, number 4, you got number 3 on your shoes. Like, you don't know how to read?" And I look, like, what? Nigga, what does that even mean? Right? And then I'm shooting free throws. This is another time. It's the second half, and the crowd's like, nigger. Yeah. And like my coach is like, he a white coach, by the way. He don't even know how to even respond. He didn't pull the players. He let us play through it. But I'm shooting free throws, and I started laughing because I've never dealt with racism. I'm from LA, right, bro. Like we don't be dealing with that firsthand shit, but this is Midwest. Right. In Indiana. And niggas, I'm bouncing the ball, and niggas, the crowd is like, nigger. And I had to stop while mid dribble me during my free throw routine.
You turn and look.
We're up like 7, by the way, with like 2 minutes to go. This is not like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not televised. This is like NAIA D1. You know what I'm saying? It's small ball. The game's like,
you know what I always wonder when shit like that happens? Like, what does the other team do?
They probably rock with it.
The black,
that's probably how they think too.
I remember it was one black bro on the team. I'm like, bro, how do you even do this shit? Like, how? Like, how?
Oh, wait, there was a black person on that team? I just assumed it was an all-white squad.
Nah. It's a black dude. It's a black dude on the team. But, like, I'm looking at him like, do you deal with that? You know what I'm saying? But then I even almost fought for one of the white homies. We went all the way to North Dakota. And even though black people don't say cracker like that, like it's not a thing. Like, it's not a thing we say. But this dude was cooking my man's 6'8", 230 from San Dimas, California. He like, I'm cooking your ass, cracker. We're playing North Dakota State, by the way. This is a hockey school, by the way.
Nice.
He's going to work. Black dude, power forward, going to work on my college roommate and my teammate. It's like my boy. He's like, I'm cooking your ass, cracker. I'm like, low-key. And you know how somebody get dunked on? You be like, I'm crying, bro. Because he looks so helpless out there. It's like Shaq Chris Dudley type shit. He's cooking this man. Like, and my coach would not sub him. He would not switch. He just letting that nigga be on slow rotisserie the whole night. He like, yo, y'all better get this cracker off me.
Nice.
And I just sit there feeling hopeless, bro. And he's like, hey, Trey, do you feel like we got back to the house, bro? He's like, do you feel like that? I'm like, nah, bro. I don't even talk like that. I'm like, honestly, black people ain't even like, we not even double racist. I call it double racist because it's kind of like, it's hard for us to be racist after like our such rich history of slavery. And we forgiving as fuck. Like we probably the most forgiving.
I mean, like, I guess my thing is just like, I think obviously them some crazy ass racist stories. Not really what I was looking for. Though funny nonetheless. But I'm just talking about like them funny ass.
But a little bit of racism is humor in it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. Don't get me wrong. It's funny. But I'm just saying, like that is clearly racist. It's funny, but it's clearly racist. I'm talking about the shit talk that, like, if it were anywhere else, people would say it's racist. But like in the context of a basketball court or a football field or whatever, it's just shit talk. Like when Montrezl Harrell called Luka a punk ass white boy. I remember so many people were like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "That's not racist. That's just basketball, not racist. Man. Like, that's how people talk to each other."
And he's white.
That's it.
Yeah, I think like any playground.
Like he didn't add a slur to it. Yeah. He just described who he was. He just put punk ass in front of it. Chill, white boy. No, but white boy is taken as offense. It's been that way since the beginning of time. No. It's not bad. But some people will be like, I mean, I remember watching White Man Can't Jump. And he's saying, oh yeah, I got the white boy. I never took that shit as like, oh, I'm disrespecting somebody. Because if you in the hood and you white and you trying to hoop, you're the white boy.
Dog,
or a nigga might call you a shooter and they didn't even see you shoot.
Yeah. Shooter.
I got Kyle
or Stockton.
Or Stockton.
Every white point guard that's ever played at any playground in a black neighborhood probably has been called Stockton at some point in time.
Yeah.
Or Mark Price. Mark Price was really popular when I was younger.
Yeah, man. Like that's just like it's not. First of all, it can't be racist because black people can't be racist because racism involves a power dynamic too. But also beyond that, it's like it's not even like meant like that. It's just a fucking descriptor. Jerv, what's some funny shit you've heard on the court?
I mean, I've heard the like from heckling of people of players on the court. So going off of what Trey just said, which is wild. I went to a predominantly white high school, so we were the smarter high school than almost all the schools we played against in the Catholic League or whatever the case may be. So, you know, when we played probably more of what I would consider the blacker schools in the Catholic League, there would be a lot of chants that would come from the crowd. No, when you think about it, it was racist, but it was strategic. It was humorous. We would just do like 2+2 chants and shit like that. You know what I mean? So like I remember this one time, my man, this guy, I was cool this game. I was cool. My man came back in town or whatever. My man that left the school or whatever the case may be. He I forget why he left. There was rumors of why he left or whatever. But he came back. He went to another school in the Catholic League. He came back and he played. And like they had all types of like F's, like printed out F's and stuff like that, holding up
Bro.
2+2 chance and like you got kicked out chance and shit like that. And then it ended up being a fight at the end. Cause like, he had his people come or whatever, and it was all these white kids with like fucking prep out. It was a prep school, so all the prep
You can't even
outfits
blend
on.
in. You can't even blend in on two levels.
Nah, bro, I chilled. So I knew where this was going. I chilled or whatever. I didn't know his peoples, but they left, and we slapped them. Whatever, they left. Oh no, that was a close game. He missed the shot to win the game actually, and then like that just sent the kids off, and his people were leaving, and the chants kept going, and punk ass white boys probably was said a couple times, and then some fists were thrown and all types of shit. But them shits were hilarious though. Like I didn't think anything of it back then, but it probably was racist. Like
pure comedy, bro. Pure comedy. Yeah, man. I don't know. I just think that shit is funny to me. I don't really take it to fucking heart like that. But it is what it is. I think there is a difference though between the crowd and a player. Like I feel like as a player, you can say whatever the fuck you want. And as a fucking fan, shut the fuck up. Because again, that could happen. That's the whole point. It's like you've got no impact on this shit, but you can have an impact on your face if you'd like. Moving on. We're recording this on May 22nd. As we know, the worst day was May 21st. That's when my mama's water burst. It's old Christopher Wallace Biggie Smalls was born on May 21st, 1972. Died March 9th, 1997. 25 years old, a few months shy of his 26th birthday. And here we are. It is a full ass 50 years since he was born. Kind of crazy because 50 seems super old and not old at all at the same time. I think about guys like Shaq is like in his 50s and Jalen Rose and guys like that. And like Biggie's supposed to be their age. And that's kind of wild. Our friend Justin Tinsley wrote a book. It was all a dream. It's out wherever you get books. It's incredible. I started reading it. He did a lot of research. I talked to him when he was doing this project. It is a bunch of stuff. It's not the typical Biggie story that we all hear or seen the movie or whatever. It is some real painstaking research on his childhood, on who he was as a person, stuff that you can't find anywhere else. So definitely give it a read. It'd be nice if Justin were here to kind of sell his own book, but again, he's too famous. He's got to go to the Oprah show and all that shit or whatever the hell he's got to do. But one of the things I posted a video over the weekend basically saying that taking credit. I said, look, man, I feel like it's our conversations on this podcast because who knows? He probably would have wrote a Tupac book or some shit like that.
But I would have loved that.
Yeah, no, but he wants to sell books though. He wants to sell copies though. He wrote a Biggie book. He wrote a Biggie book, and he's going to be successful as a result. But I was at my barber shop yesterday. My barber was playing some playlist. I'm like, hey man, it's May 21st, bro. You got to put on the playlist. And it's funny. You could pick any random Biggie playlist that's out there on Spotify or whatever, and it's like they're all bangers. There's zero skips, man. And like I'm like, this dude was 24, 25 years old, 23, 24, 25 years old. And this shit was just so fucking complex, man. It's like, okay, so Trey, you are the most in tune with the younger crowd than me or Jerv. Like, when they listen to a song like Warning, Are they like, oh my god, do they hear like us the way we hear like Grandmaster Flash? Well, I like to rap and I'm this and that. Is that what they hear?
I don't think so. I think there's actually some young kids that actually, especially Gen Z kids that like rap, and not. I mean, I don't know. If Biggie would be considered rap or hip hop. I don't even know, bro. But there's some people
Wait.
that
There's a difference between rap and hip hop.
absolutely, nigga. It can be gangster rap. There's levels to this shit. Um, but like I like to put there's lyricism too, because Pac was in the lyricism part. You know what I mean? He was in the motivational part. Like that nigga was more so his shit memorable, but like niggas ain't going to this shit like, oh, that nigga said some lyric shit. Biggie shit is like, will fuck you up still to this day. You be like, oh, it's like watching a movie when you watch it as a kid, and you be like, damn, okay, I didn't really peep. Now I watched it at my big age, and now, you know what I'm saying? So like even going back, I never really loved Ready to Die. But if I listen to Ready to Die now, especially after I read Justin's book, I've been like, oh, okay, I get it. Because the beats, again, like the beats, that was that type of beats from then.
Yeah, for that era. Yeah.
For that era, you know what I'm saying? Versus, Life After Death. Life After Death is easily my fave because it was right at that time. Like the music was progressing to that era. Like it's getting to that point.
The soul samples and
and that would age now in this day, but I think they rock with it, bro. Like I don't think it's none that's really looking at it like on some hip hop, because I can't fuck with. Listen, KRS-One is rightfully so a legend, but I can't fuck with it. I can't fuck with it. Man. It's like watching the NBA pre-merger. I can't fuck with it. I respect them niggas, but nah, I'm cool.
So like what it's like if you show me like a fucking 64 Chevy Impala. Some people like that shit. I'm like, that's just an old ass car with no power steering and no fucking AC or whatever, But it's cool. I get it. I respect it. I know what it's about, whatever. Meanwhile, if you look at it like a Tesla, y'all know the Tesla bodies don't change. So 2015 Tesla looks like a 2022 Tesla. It's just they do software updates. So it's like there's some shit where it's like you can't. To me, you can't. I'm listening to fucking Warning yesterday. And the part where he says, it's the one to smoke blunts with you, see your picture. Now they want to grab the gats and come and get you. Bet your Biggie won't slip. I got the calico with the black talons loaded in the clip so I could rip through the ligaments. It's like all that shit is so fucking like because it's to me there's different levels. One is like the lyricism of like the messaging of what I'm saying, right? Like, am I saying a message? Am I painting a picture? That's one. Like, is the message about uplifting and stuff like that? Is it some gangster shit? Is it some fly shit like a fuck bitch shit? Whatever. Okay, that's one. Two is like the delivery, right? Like, can I use wordplay to make the delivery more clever than just I fuck bitches and I shoot niggas? Like, right? Three is within the wordplay, the fucking playing with the flows and rhythms of again, betcha Biggie won't slip. I got the calico with the black talon loaded in the clip, like so I could rip through the league, like all that shit. It's like watching a boxer go jab, then the combo, like that shit, right? So there's rappers where like they do some of that shit or some of this shit over here, but to me, for my money, it's only a handful of people who do it all: the flow, the cadence, the fucking messaging, the picture you're painting, the vocabulary, the wordplay, all of that shit, man. Even like simple, fucking dumbass Biggie lines like, now who's the real Dookie? I mean, who's really the shit? Right? Like, that's a fucking dumb line.
I like that.
But it's fucking genius. Exactly.
No,
like,
but at the beginning, it was one of those. As much as we complain about current, it was one of those ahead of those time.
Super
like easy. Like, oh, he said it. Oh my God, that's so fucking funny, but also clever.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That opened the door for these rappers now to say some bullshit. Like Lil Wayne would say some shit like, "Bitch, I'm the shit." Like it. Get it?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You're like, Okay, that was kind of funny, and it stuck with me. So, like lobbying that up and kind of creating that type of flow was
I
dope.
also I also like. Oh, was that in our chat with the Cassidy thing? Was the Cassidy
Yes.
thing in our?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so I like that Biggie would fucking drop these crazy lines and like, unlike Wayne, who like get it, I made a line. Like he doesn't have to point his shit out. It's just, did you catch it or you didn't catch it? Maybe you'll catch it 10 years from now. Maybe you'll catch it 25 years from now. Maybe after I'm dead, you'll catch it, right? Or maybe you caught it the first time. That's how Biggie drops his fucking punchlines and stuff. Now, I want to transition here. I know it's Biggie's birthday, but like I feel like we do these once a year, every year. So y'all get it. Y'all know. You get it. We're gonna talk about our favorite songs and our favorite verses and all that stuff. That's all cool. But I do want to talk about this Cassidy shit, man, because that's the funniest shit I've seen in so long. The way this thing, and Jerv, as native son of Philadelphia, you're gonna have to come to the stage and you're gonna have to defend what we saw, where Cassidy is almost begging a crowd of very uninterested Negroes to respect his punchlines. Where he's like, what was the one who was like, I'm married to the Glock, da da da, and then later on he's like, I go to bed with my wife, and then he will repeat that shit over and over again. Sure, what do you have to say for you, man?
I felt real bad watching it because his latter years of his career have not treated him well at all. And I think it sucks because Cassidy was really, really nice at one point in time, and he had bangers. He had a run where he was constantly on the charts, but like a lot of artists, he hasn't. He had the transition to now has not done him any justice, and I don't really think niggas really want to hear all that. That wasn't he didn't play his audience. You know what I mean? Like that, I don't really think that was the
Who's the
punchline
audience?
audience.
Who's the audience? Because it was
But
it
the
was
lines
like
were
the
trash.
most.
Like there really wasn't
That's
an
what I'm
audience for
saying.
that shit. But I mean that wasn't like that. He was up there battle rapping. Like, what I mean? Kind of sort of like he was doing like that type shit. And that looked like it was a fucking press conference. Niggas don't want to hear
That
that
was
shit at no press
That was
conference.
a
that was
weird
Cosmic
setup.
Kev, right?
That was
Uh,
Cosmic Kev with all that
What's
audience
the
right
no? I
there.
think it's bars I-95. I'm not sure,
Bars
but
I-95. Yeah. Let me play
so,
it for the
go ahead.
listeners. Hold on.
I ball, but I ain't trying to drive a Kia. So I'm running after the green like vegans with diarrhea.
Hold on. Let me play the full one. That was the one liner there. Like vegans with diarrhea. Like, and he said that shit so confidently, like he just fucking killed the game with that one. Hold on. Here it is. All right. Shout out to Wayno, by the way, for posting this.
What I'm about to say, but listen, man, I told these niggas it's lonely at the top, but when you at the top, you don't need a loan. It's lonely at the top, but when you at the top, you don't need a loan. Fuck a job, I make enough to survive off weed alone. I'm married to the ratchet I carry. I never leave a home. And every night I sleep with my wife. I never sleep alone. I'm married to the ratchet I carry. I never leave a home. And every night I sleep with my wife. Talk, nigga. I'm trying to leave out that beat.
Yo, it's painful to watch, man. Because like you could see the zero reaction and the nigga like looking around the crowd searching for one like sympathetic soul to be like, yeah, nigga, I got it. Like, this nigga gets it. But it's not because nobody got it, it's because the bars were whack.
Yeah, they weren't. It wasn't too complex. I caught what he was saying the first time around. You know what I mean? He didn't need to run it back from me. I definitely understood what he was trying to say. I can't defend this one. He, sometimes you gotta just let it be known the city fucked up with that one.
But Trey, I feel like Trey, you are always like the compassionate one. You be seeing the other side of things. Y'all have to remember this, that, and the other. Trey,
No, because niggas is really Niggas is really barred up right now, bro. And that's not barred up. He's not Ransom. He's not Stove God Cooks. Like, it's some niggas that really got it right now that really be rapping. That ain't it, Cass. I don't even think that flies in 05. Because he said harder shit. He said harder shit than that in the past. Like him saying he tucking the gat, like he never and he sleep with it under the pillow. Like that's like watching a dunk contest and watching a nigga go between the legs right now.
It wasn't even that though. But Trey, that's not even between the legs. This is like a nigga going up for like a windmill, like a regular ass windmill.
Okay.
Like,
I mean, I'm just saying the only reason why I use the between the legs because like niggas is doing so much with between the legs now.
Sure, niggas are doing a lot of that shit, but also this nigga was not doing that though. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, on one level, the levels have gone up. You're right. The bar levels have gone up, but on another level, like you just said, like even in 2005, this shit wouldn't be hot, man.
Wait, you guys have said the bars have gone up. Are you trying
the battle rappers? We're not talking about like in music.
Oh, okay. Woo. Ooh, Lord Jesus.
This nigga, man.
You got scared me for a second.
So no Cassidy, no help for Cassidy, no lifelines for Cassidy. Sorry, Cass. Maybe next time. But moving on, we get to the Atlanta season finale.
Man, that shit called Europe FX.
Yeah, it's another episode in Europe. Now we're in France. Van's friend from the Drake party is out with her homegirls in France. She's explaining how this dude flew her out so she could pee on him. She gets paid 6 racks to do it. She flew her friends out. They're going to have a good old time, whatever. While they're out there just having some drinks on the sidewalk cafe, she sees Van. Van is wearing a wig and talking in French. And when she talks in English, she has a French accent and she pretends like she's French, pretends at first she doesn't recognize her, then recognizes her and calls her Condis. And then they go on this wild adventure and it ends up with motherfuckers eating hands at some rich people dinner with Alexander Skarsgård, the dude from True Blood, and a bunch of other movies or whatever. And turns out she had like some sort of nervous breakdown. And I have so many thoughts. I feel like the hand thing was another Brown Mirror episode that they try to wedge it in because like we can't have a whole episode with just a character from the show. But that aside, Jerv, I know you on my side on like, it's not that we don't like the Brown Mirror episodes. It's just like that's not this show. Did you feel satisfied with an episode that was all about Van?
No, because I didn't sign up to watch about her. No disrespect.
Wow, so you don't consider Van to be part of like the main
story?
Like,
it's not that, but like she's had nothing really to do with this season outside of like little spots. I felt like she could have had a spot in the season finale, but the main characters or the ones that the season finale I feel like should at least involve. It shouldn't just be all a sub character in the show. That's like the season finale of Sopranos just being all fucking like
Carmela.
Yeah, like not even like fucking Christopher, like Carmela or some shit.
Yeah.
That'd be some mid. Like nobody wants to see that. And then she's beating everybody up with fucking baguettes and shit, or whatever. What are they called?
It's a baguette, yeah.
Baguette. Her friends are about to get. They're about to have an orgy with my man from True Blood. Like it's getting like it's. I don't.
Trey, what about you, man? Did you feel like this is a sufficiently Atlanta episode for you, or are you like Jerv? You feel like this is if it's got to be Paperboy and Earn and Darius for you to be an Atlanta episode?
My nigga, this shit left me like again. You normally dub me as the nice nigga to say nice things. I had nothing nice to say about this entire season, bro. Like I'm so confused. Like this season of Atlanta is one of those like you don't even have to watch like episode 1 to 10. You can pick one. at this point.
Well, yeah.
And I
There's
felt
no
like
story.
honestly,
Yep.
and I felt honestly whether he got, he allowed different writers and different outlooks on different things, cool, whatever. His reach back, he was able to give George Wallace a look, a couple people in there. Shouts to that. But overall, this shit is completely something we did not sign up for 1 and 2. We enjoyed 1 and 2 because we got to laugh. We had relatable content. I feel like it was almost trolling us as the viewers to still tap in and get those numbers still and say, I bet they still watch. You know what I mean? Like, no matter how it was, you know what I'm saying? And to this point of like, I don't need to think peace. I don't need a deeper moment. I'm black. It's not a teachable moment for me. I tapped into this show originally because it was a black show. You know what I mean? That told black stories that are relatable. And now in this situation, it's like he's either poking fun at the experience of Europe or he's poking fun at what has gone on and how to flip the narrative on, white consumers. And whatever it is, I'm not marking him a genius on it. I'm not saying it was like bad or to that point, but it's not for me. And it's probably not for us in general. We continue to give this show our attention more than we should have. And I can't say if it's picked up for a number 4 that I'm in for it.
Wow, they push you to the limit, Trey.
Yeah, I mean, I just think, it's not a heavy loaded show where you got to commit an hour to. I think an hour really is a full commitment. 27 to 33 minutes isn't crazy, but like for me to be kind of scratching my head and watching it the whole time was like, all right, my nigga, you feel me? And the last time I ever seen that experience where niggas cover their face, and I think he was poking fun maybe at Europe and stuff like that because it reminds me of Billions when they ate the bird heads and shit.
Right.
But experience, but they were now actually eating hands and shit, whatever. But niggas don't do that shit, man. Like we watching some shit like black people was watching that shit like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I feel like every black user was like, what the fuck? Nobody said, oh, how deep that was, where Van didn't even know who she really was. I too relate with that. Like you got that, like living as someone else to get to where you want to figure out. Like, is that the message? But like, I'm not watching that for that, nigga. We're the funny shit. We here for, the nigga paper boy. Who is it? What's this nigga's name? Ladrestro? I mean, not
Darius.
Darius. You know what I'm saying? Like, we here for them niggas, bro. All this other shit where we didn't even see how the niggas became famous. I mean, I don't care if he made another song or not, whatever. But now we're on this European tour and we're bouncing around character to character. Now we in the States. Now we here. Now we there. Like it was hard to consume. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Again, he might win a bunch of awards. I don't know for however it was shot. But like, take us out the committee because nigga, we would bash the shit.
Yeah, man. It's kind of crazy, man. It really is. What's up?
I'm sorry. No, so you feel like if someone was to ask you, because I'm really about to defend this shit and I don't understand why, because I don't think the shows are bad.
The most unlikely of heroes, John.
Wait, because I don't think the shows are bad, right? Like so, like I think this just it's not what the fuck we signed up for. But if it's up for awards and shit like that, you would say like you would be on the negative side of it because you would be on the negative side and not.
I wouldn't be a voter. I mean, okay. I get it. Where it's like listening to Kendrick's album right now, right? I love Kendrick. I relate to that content, but for Amin or you to say it's okay, I'm not going to throw a pity party over it because I don't expect niggas to be like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? Because niggas like, I ain't trying to hear about no fucking therapy session. I got my own problems. You feel me? Or I ain't trying to hear about that shit. And I get it. It's subjective. But at this point, I feel that way about this show. I'm not saying it is fucking garbage, but like, nigga,
I feel you.
I cannot fuck with it. I didn't sign up for that. I want to laugh, nigga. I'm dealing with a lot of shit in the world already. So the fact that I come and give you 30 minutes of my time to sit on my couch and consume this shit, I don't need a teachable moment or to troll white people.
Yo, I love this version of Trey. It was just fucking.
It's very rare, but like
Trey just I have a I gotta go golfing. I've got a very busy schedule. You wasting my fucking time with this bullshit.
Oh man, look, I woke up this morning. It's a lot of shit that just, I woke up early this morning to watch F1. My GOAT ain't driving. He ain't performing well. It's a lot, bro. That's just happening right now.
Hey, brother. I just want to tell you, I know we mentioned your fit earlier, but since we went back into you brought up the F1. Hey, I'll tell you this, bro. You are a trendy gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Like I now look at you on Twitter or on Instagram, and I see what the fits are that people are rocking. You had the long coat John on. I said, oh, yeah, I said, oh, this man is officially like he's officially like a fashionable New York person now. Like this ain't no nigga from Compton no more. This is definitely a fashionable individual.
Nigga from Compton.
I got cooked in the group chat. First of all, I woke up slander. They said I had vibes. It was crazy.
No,
I went to shouts to TJ and Pops, right? I went to Nigeria.
Oh, you went to the Nigeria versus Ghana?
Yeah, the real jollof. And shouts to jollof too. I had never had that before. That shit was very
for
fire.
real. How do you feel?
I didn't get a chance to vote, but I had chicken and shrimp. Both were very tasty. Good spices. You know what I mean? I ain't a lot of African homies back in Compton. I'm Ethiopian though, so I got Ethiopian listeners tap in with me. No, I'm saying Ethiopian listeners tap in with me so I can get familiar with my culture. You feel me?
No, but my nigga got the yo. You are the nigga that just found out he got like 3.5% some. Yo, tap in with me. I love it.
Nah,
yo,
you know what's crazy?
You
know what's crazy? Shouts to Master. Master actually sent me a 23andMe back in early 2020, and I finally used it. Yeah, bro, I'm 70% Ethiopian. But I still need to tap in my culture. I'm from Eastside Compton first, and then I'm Ethiopian after. But overall, it was a great experience, man. They was dueling out, bro. And I was there because it rained that day. I had on a completely different outfit, but I got soaked, so I had to change. And I put my Oxford tan Burberry trench on, and I'm in there low key overdressed. You feel me? But I got my shit. I'm walking up, and you know how people, I don't know if you see the new trend where people be like, tell me what you got on. You know what I mean? And they filming you. So this girl come up to me. She's like, oh, I just love your fit. Can I get it? And what's your Instagram? And I'm like, bruh, like, I'm really just trying to say what's up to the homie. You feel me? Like, but yeah, this is, she wanted me to tell the price. I couldn't do that because I'm trying to tell her myself. But I told her the little shit on camera, then I slid and I took that picture. And when I took that picture, I looked back at it and niggas just cropped my homie out and just put me and threw me in the group chat and was like, look at this nigga. But COVID is still alive and well. So yes, I'm wearing my mask out in public. I had a hoodie on and I had my trench, some jeans, and the J Kids.
Nice.
But it's a rainy day fit, Jerv. And I thank you that you think highly of my fashion. I'd like to think I'm the best dressed nigga from Compton. Now, I've surpassed Kendrick Lamar and YG. But yeah, man.
Why you just wears red all the time, right? Like, and he's like a red jumpsuit.
He's tapped in a little bit where he's trying to wear this designer stuff, but it just doesn't look good. Like he's wearing like a fucking like cardigan with some like shorts that's above his knees and some loafers, and it's just like, nigga, that's a lot, bro. Like I understand niggas getting money, and then Kendrick could wear like some cowboy boots, maybe some designer pants, a crazy ass shirt that has fringe, and then his hair kind of crazy. And it's like, all right, but I don't think he like on a cold level. Like them niggas don't care. They wearing expensive shit, but they also just don't care. Like they like, fuck it, I'm outside. I had to be here. If it was my choice, nigga, I would be on my couch, but I had to be here. So I'm gonna throw something on. That's what them two niggas be moving like. You know what I'm saying? They're disgustingly rich and just have to be out in society every blue moon. Like that nigga's in Ghana with fucking white pants on. Like,
Yeah.
I was like,
Playing
what is
FIFA.
this? Playing fucking, and that's the funny shit about. He's a little nigga. That nigga's like 5'5", but
He's
athletic.
tiny,
Kendrick a nigga who know how to do a backflip. For real.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
What is it with these rappers that were in gymnastics, man?
I mean,
Meek's another one.
He's not in gymnastics, but like he's just a hood little nigga. Like he really is a hood little nigga. Like he fast. Like
Olu from fucking Earth Gang is another one.
yeah, the niggas is crazy, bro. I mean, Jed was a wide receiver.
Where?
And he little. He was in high school.
What high school was this? Munchkin High School?
You gotta tap in, bro. He was solid. He was solid. I heard.
Hold on. Let me throw this in.
But yeah, thank you, Jerv, for your compliments, man. I'm glad that I'm impressing you. I feel like anytime I get a compliment in New York City, I'm right there where I need to be. Because I consider these niggas the niggas who know how to dress.
Hey, bro.
They're fashion forward here.
Hey, listen.
Just don't be coming out with no fucking Russell Westbrook.
Nah, we not listen, we not zest. No zest. No zest in my fit.
I better not see your nipples ever on the Instagram.
Big tail right beneath your ass cheek and shit.
Hey, listen, brother. Listen, brothers. I'll tell you this now.
One leather glove.
First of all, no selfies, no puckered lips, no netted shirts. Listen, man. I will never reach that part of fame ever, my nigga. I had to take a look back. I caught myself questioning Devin Booker for winning league fits, right? And I was like, damn, who am I saying that he has a bad fit? It wasn't that it was a bad fit, but I just questioned, like, yo, he got too much money to be dressing like he's still from Mississippi. Like,
wow.
he had a chance to steal, like,
this nigga said that. This nigga Trey said that and instantly grew like a cane in his hand and a top hat. Nigga looking like Farnsworth Bentley.
No.
This nigga makes too much money to be dressing like that. Like
from G's to Gents reboot.
Bruh, he's wearing like a baggy shirt, some baggy pants, and like some chucks, and it's like
this shit is back in, apparently.
I mean, it is. It's I would see myself in one of those fits, but just how he put it on, whoever styled him or whoever just gave him the batch of clothes, like it's like, oh, I got some money and now I'm gonna just go buy some shit that don't fit.
If any of y'all athletes out there and you're looking at y'all fits and you're saying, yo, my fit is trash. Do I look crazy? Holla at my man Trayvon. You know what I'm saying? For the right price, he can definitely style your fit and get you right, and you'll be on the cover.
I will not be styling anybody, bro. Man. Listen, I do not want nobody looking like me.
One of one.
I like showing up to the situation with my millionaire friends, bro, and being the brokest nigga around, but looking fly. You know what I mean?
Alive.
I'm the brokest of the group, bro. And I still pull up, putting that shit on. Call me Mr. Put It On.
Too funny. All right. Well, on that note, we'll call it a wrap right here. Remember, patreon.com/count the dings. Make sure you're signed up. Make sure you're getting the overflows. We're going to talk We Own This City. Also, the watch-alongs for the playoffs, for the movies. One of those is coming up pretty soon. All that good shit. For Black Trey, for Big Jerv, I'm Amin Hassan saying, stay black, motherfucker.